Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is James, No Strings Attached Street Ministry. So, make sure if you come, make sure you hit the bell, little thing down there. Definitely subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can call me on my phone, 941-276-0456. Can also help with the channel and through PayPal. That is to My God Saved Me Too at comcast.net. That's MYGODSAVEDME 2 at comcast.net. Hello, Bailey. How are you today? Hope you had a nice night work. But if you do come on, let me know that you're here. If I don't see your message, sorry. Um, but I figured I would come on here and see if I can actually do a live stream this time. I'm doing good. I really am, Bailey. I'm doing good this morning. Seems like the storm has passed us by, so which is a good thing. I'll put some prayers out for the people over in the Bahamas. They've just been literally beaten like to a pulp. I mean, it's really bad news over there. I mean, they've got a lot of damage over there. I think it's pretty much wiped that whole island system, northern island system anyway, just wiped them completely out. The brakes are not working. I'm still having troubles with those. But I figured I'd come out here and try. I'm trying to do a live stream in the truck or in the van. So hopefully we can. That's part of it. I mean, unless you want to see my fish tank, y'all. There's not a lot to really look at in there. Plus, it gives me a chance to get out here and actually get some fresh air. But anyway, welcome to the channel. Is it all going good? Good. I'm glad it's working today. So hopefully everything will continue to work. Looks like we've got two in the house. Who else is out there? If you come in, make sure you let me know that you're here. Comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we'd sure love to have you around and get in to this Q&A. If there any questions out there that you all would like to know, just go slowly and let me do what I can to answer some of your questions. If not, we'll just hang out here and I'll talk about, I don't know, how about my remote control? This is my remote control to my air conditioning system. It's a LG, which does really, really well. Now the problem is, guys, that I've always seen you doing. Good morning, TTIF. Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, put them out there for us. I hate this because every time I have to read, I have to look into my bifocals to read, and y'all look right at my nose and everything else. I don't. You just woke up. Well, good morning. Get out and see the sunrise. Where are you from? We know Bailey is from where? She's from Texas. I know where she's from, but I ain't going to tell you where she's from. But anyway, I do know she's from the state of Texas. I've been texting back and forth with Bailey quite a bit. Europe, wow. I guess, is that really, really early or really, really late? That's definitely would be real late in the evening right now then, wouldn't it? I don't know. Maybe not. Not really sure about the time, how that works. It would be early, late morning, or late evening, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, probably. But anyway, I had a lot of questions about my air conditioning system in the van. That's one thing I get most questions about, and if is it doable or not. It is very doable. I have I think it's a 75,000 or 7,500 BTU air conditioner, the LG model. Um, I run it off of a generator, and I only run the air conditioner when I'm sleeping. That's when I really need it. That's the reason that I put it in here, was for to help me sleep. I have a hard time sleeping, especially if it's hot. But in Florida, you definitely need to do something to be able to combat the heat. I mean, I have run it all during the day. It's not hard to run it at all. For about 12 hours of run time, well, about 10 hours of run time, it takes about 3/4 of a tank of gas, which is, or excuse me, about 3/4 of a gallon of gas. The whole thing only holds just under 3/4 of a gallon, and I mean it's very efficient. But when I turn that on, I've got power to do everything. I can charge all my batteries. I can watch television. I can cook. I can, you name it, I can do it with generator. I've got the little 2200 watt Ryobi generator, and that one's about, oh wow, that was probably 6 years old now, so it's quite a bit, and it seems to hold it up pretty well. I mean, it runs real efficient. It's real quiet. I mean, it's one of the little suitcase type generators, and it runs fairly quiet. The only thing I would do different on there is I would mount it, instead of on my back door, I would move it all the way up to the front and put it on a bumper. I would get like a little one of them bumper Reese hitches. I've actually been doing this for about the van life, probably going on about 9, 10 years probably now. Um, I would say it's been a while. It's been a while, but I only do this part time. I'm not a continuous van dweller. I do it when the reason I got the van was for my ministry, and I run a street ministry, and it's a prayer van, and I do a lot of traveling around collecting prayers and things. So that's what I use that for. And when I'm on the road, I'm usually gone sometimes 2 weeks, 2 months, whenever, however long I can. I travel in the winter months. During the school year is when I do all my travels, and that's because my wife is a school teacher. So that's, I am married, but that's, when she goes back to school, nothing really for me to do at the house. So I usually go out and travel at that time and that point. But besides that, everything seems to be, holding together. I haven't been out in a while because I've had a little bit of troubles maintaining the van properly enough to where I'm satisfied with it. I've come across the dilemma with some brake issues right now. Um, the mechanic, as far as he can tell, is a device called a proportioning valve, and we can't seem to find or locate that part at the moment. Apparently, it's no longer being manufactured or produced. Even from the actual manufacturer itself, it's unavailable. eBay and Amazon and all the other places, Rock Auto, all of them, everyone says they're out, and it's not going to be redone. It's a 2000 Chevy Express 1500. It's the 5.7 liter motor. Um, So, I mean, I'm going to have to try to find one in a junkyard. There's nothing in my area. None of the places close by, or even within, let's say, 100 miles of where I'm at, no one carries that van. So, I can't seem to locate the van. I tried to call the manufacturer and see if I could, or the dealer, and see if I could get some ideas if this same part has been used on other vehicles. And they didn't really seem like they were too interested in helping me anyway. Now that they couldn't sell me the part, so they wasn't too willing to help me get that information, and I have no clue where to even find that information. Maybe some junkyard would probably know. I don't know. I know they have some kind of ideals on what you can use, and a lot of parts on Chevy, especially, is interchangeable from different years and different makes. So who knows? I hear the proportioning valve is very critical to the weight of the vehicle, so it's most likely for. Oh yeah, I'm sure they would rather sell me another van for sure. But I asked the mechanic if we could just take one off and make it work, from another vehicle somewhere. He says not really. He says unless we could find something that was maybe from like the racing industry that is adjustable. And that was the last conversation that I had with him, and he just sort of like disappeared. Probably went off for the holidays, I would say. I haven't heard back from him. Um, we were going to go on and do some work on it last night, and he never did ever call me, so I don't know if he's back in town or if he decided to stay gone or what his situation was. But anyway, I mean, he does an awful lot for me, but, I haven't been able to get out. I'm getting sort of tied here at the house, so it's sickening. I mean, even my good friends are not even calling me no more for some reason. But anyway, I'm just sitting here. I guess because since I can't move or leave, no one wants to hang out with me or bother with me. Yeah, well, when they get older, you sort of got to baby them, But the way I look at it is, even on the older ones, you do a lot of repairs from time to time, especially seem like it comes in waves. But the thing is you're not spending $800,000 a month in a car payment. So yeah, apparently that's what we had found out, Bailey. It's some kind of a government controlled part. I don't know. It probably is. I mean, they did bail him out, didn't they? Chopped liver. Disappeared before I could read that whole message. I don't know why. It just sort of like was gone. I don't think I can scroll them up. No. I don't know how to scroll it up. I'm on my phone, so I'm not really sure how to really do the live stream very well on that. But it seems like we only got 3 people here. So, I don't know, maybe. Still looking, though. Hey, thanks, Bailey. Appreciate the help with you guys out there trying to be eyes and ears for me out there. As far as I can tell, most likely either have to find something on a junk car somewhere, the same make and model of this one, and find it that way, or I don't know. I don't know. I just have to tinker with it at that time. This text on this phone, for some reason, it just like appears and it disappears. It don't scroll that I can tell. I tried touching it where it was at, and it just like changed the color of the sun. Hey, look, we got 4. So I got 4 people in here. At least y'all can give me a thumbs up. Come on, give me a thumbs up. Hang in there and chat with me. But like I said, this is a Q&A. Beatty's idea was to do a Q&A. So we need to see if we can get some questions rolling here. But I think no, I'll answer just about anything you need. So just fire away, I guess. But anyway, yeah, went through my birthday last month. Didn't have nothing going on there. I didn't even get a chocolate cake this year for my birthday. Believe that? That was sad. This is the first year in 59 years that I can count and remember that I didn't get a cake for my birthday. I don't think that ever happened. But anyway, that was pretty depressing. Sat at home, and we did go out. Yes, the Ryobi generator does run my air conditioner and everything else at the same time. Believe it or not, I got a refrigerator, an ice machine. Um, I've got a widescreen TV. I've got it even runs the battery charger to charge my battery bank up. Now at that point I only charged it at 10 amps, but it still does even run that at the same time as well. And it even runs my music equipment too when I plug it in and just practicing. So that's pretty good. Even though my new busking box it's all battery contained. It's got its own power now, and I built a little box for that. So, but yeah, the generator does real well, and it even if I have it on economy mode, it'll even drop down into the economy. We are really real quiet at that point, so it does pretty good there. But oh, someone gave me a van the other day, so I might have another project going on. At least I still need to get this one fixed. And if I do, I'll either give it away or something. I don't know really what I'm going to do yet. Maybe it's time to change. I don't know. I don't know what kind of shape the other one's in. It's a minivan. I think it's a town and country, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure exactly what that is. But anyway, I got to fly all the way up to Columbus, Ohio, and pick it up. So it's going to be I leave on the 13th to fly up there and get it. So I'm just hoping and praying for some work so I can get enough to where I can have gas money and stuff to, get the van back home and get it set up. But then I'll have to deal with insurance and all that nonsense too, once I get it back here. But hopefully it's in good shape. He said that it's been through the service and maintenance and everything, and it's an older gentleman that is basically one of my angels, and he reached out and gave it to me. It's a 1999 model. I think he said it only had like 102,000 miles or something like that on it. So hopefully it'll be good. I sure looking forward to the better gas mileage, that's for sure. I mean, apparently it's, minivans, don't they get like 20 miles a gallon or at least that, don't they? I would think they would. But hey, anything beats 8 at the moment. That's what I'm getting here now, about 8 miles a gallon. But you know what? After all this trouble with the brakes, after the troubles that I've had with this brakes, I'm believing that that's why my gas mileage has gone down so drastically on this van. Because at one time I used to get 14, 16 miles a gallon in this van. Hey, thanks, Brandon Martin, for stopping by and hanging out with us a little bit. Appreciate you coming by. So we're Yes, Bailey, I do have my own van. Well, I guess everyone's decided to bail on me. So I don't know if I should continue on. So one thing about this live stream thing is you know, it's hard to get people to come over and participate and be a part of the channel. Of course, I got a small channel. I know I got a small channel. I've replaced pretty much everything in this van. Believe it or not, I've replaced a lot. I keep this van isn't usually in. I'm talking excellent shape. Because I've always believed that I would feel comfortable. I always wanted it comfortable enough to where I could drive across the country and have no issues at all. And I feel comfortable with that. It just the brakes itself, especially when you get on the mountains and things like that with brake issues, you don't want to deal with that nonsense. So I try my best to, you know, to not see those. Hmm. Put a picture out. Well, like, is that like in the community probably? I need to check in on that. I never used that portion before. So maybe putting a picture out or I guess it's like a message or something. I don't know. Does that go out to you guys? I don't know how you know, how that really works. Does it go out to the world? I don't know what that does. So I need to figure that stuff out. But me and computer technology, yeah, that's not my specialty at all. I mean, actually, it's my disability. I mean, it's pretty sad. But yeah, it's something that I definitely need to check in on, I guess. I'd love to take a course. I wonder if they do like a course somewhere on how to be a computer geek. A picture from my channel. Hmm. Honestly, Bailey, I don't even know how to put a picture on my channel. That's why I've never really understood how people get these thumbnail things, and I think it's all part of, you know, part of the editing process. That's why I really need to learn how to do this editing stuff. But I got one editing thing that I put on one time. An expert YouTuber? Yeah, well, maybe. Who knows? I guess I could do something better than watching my fish swim around in the tank, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just sort of been falling downhill here lately, you know, physically, and I think it's mostly just my mental status is just, you know, just I don't know. I don't know if I'm depressed or what. I guess aggravated, and I'm not really wanting to give up, you know, but I don't know. I get this way once in a while, you know, just it's like, you know, too much of a fight, if you know what I mean, you know, so you just want to sit down and relax and sort of let it ponder a little bit, I guess. Just take it easy. But anyway, I'm having real troubles with my glasses. My prescription has gone out, and it's needed it. It's getting worse and worse. It seems like it's so blurry I can't even hardly read a road sign anymore. That's why I have to really get my phone just about in the right position to even be able to watch a video and stuff anymore. But anyway, it's what happens when you get old, right? I mean, seems like the older we get, the harder it is. It's hard enough just to get out of the bed, let alone the crickling and the cracking. But you know, I was looking at the analytics last night. You know, I've got most of my people that watch my videos, they say, what was it? 78% of my followers are guys my age, you know, between 55 and 65, which I thought was interesting. And then I got another group that is women, between the age of 32 and 44, I believe it was. Something like that, which I thought was interesting as well. But those are my two highest, and the girls were like 19%, something like that. But anyway, um, it's amazing how that all that information. Now I've learned how to find that information. I've been studying it for a while and getting an idea, but I'm also trying to figure out how to apply that to the videos that I make. If I look at the ones, like the cooking videos, they don't get a lot of views. The lowest one of my views is actually my singing videos, so I probably shouldn't sing on the channel no more. I don't know. I didn't think I was too bad, but apparently they don't get promoted or something, or people just don't really care for them. I mean, I don't know. But you gotta be honest with me out there, guys. If you like them, I'll continue on. If not, I'll do that on my own on the side. But same way, if I'm even out busking, people don't come by and hang out with me either. I'm not a big crowd drawer, you could say. But what I was also looking at is what was trending out there on YouTube too. The kinds of videos that's out there. I see the pranking videos are going really big. Maybe I should become a pranker. There you go. Or like one guy I've been following a lot here recently is a Mr. Beats. You know him? He's hilarious. Him and his little crew of boys, they can do quite a bit of stuff. They bought a car lot and then was selling the cars for like $1.50 and stuff. I mean, or paying someone $1,000 to drive it away. That was how he was selling cars. So he had to learn how to sell cars. And, it was pretty hilarious video. I watched that one. That's the one. And at the very end, I said, "Hey, I'll take a van." One of like 5 billion. They got some music videos out there that's got like, man, I'm talking like 40 billion views. I mean, billion views. And they're advertised, and I was looking at that, and I figure, what is it, like $2 and something cents? 1,000 is what you usually make on your AdSense. I said, could you imagine what that paycheck is? Every hour on the hour is 100 grand probably. I mean, probably not more than that. It's ridiculous. And then the little guys like us, it's just not out there. But I guess they're just looking at how their advertising and stuff are. But yeah, it's like even on like Facebook. I mean, I went on there and they're advertising. You know how they scroll the advertising down in your line feeds. Well, something popped up that I wanted to buy, so I went on and I bought it off of there. And then after I got done, found out it was a scam. I mean, 2 days later, the company, before they even sent it, went out of business. You can't find them. I mean, all this. Does the social media, do these people just have anybody advertise them? They don't even vet, the advertisers and make sure that they're a real company. I don't get that. So just any scammer can throw an ad out there and rip millions of people off for a little bit of money. That's what aggravates me. It's just, it's hard enough out there to protect yourself online anyway. And I'm an old school type of guy. I don't buy stuff online. I just don't. It's just something that I learned my lesson many years ago. And sure enough, the very minute that I try to do something on my own again, I get burnt. So I don't know how you people can go out there and buy stuff like that online all the time. I mean, I know a lot of people use like Amazon and things like this. Those kind of sites, I guess, are so protected now and so so big and popular. I guess they got to do something to protect you. And I know the internet, the PayPal is who I use, and I even went through PayPal when I made this purchase. So I I don't speak Spanish, my friend, but welcome. Come check out our channel. Thanks for letting me know that you're here. But anyway, what kind of tell me some of the troubles that you've had online out there. Have you been taken advantage of? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure pretty much everybody has by this time. See, it's just so, and that's shame, isn't it, Fever? It's just I don't understand how this could happen, and then you never hear of them ever getting caught. You know what I mean? So apparently they're not getting caught. Company disappeared. Yep, my company just disappeared off the face of the earth, man. Somewhere from China, I think it was. So but maybe I learned my lesson on that. But who knows? But I figured if they're advertising and actually running ads, they ran these ads real heavy on my Facebook lead, probably for a good almost 2 weeks. And I was always seeing it, just one right after another, after another, after another, and then all of a sudden, poof, no more ads, nothing. They were gone. I check on it, and because it was supposed to be like 20 days to delivery, so I went to go check on it and track my shipping. Nothing, and it wouldn't even let me even find their website or anything no more. So yeah, I got taken. I got to admit it. You learn your lesson. It's a hard lesson. My credit card will reimburse me, maybe. I don't know, but I did it through PayPal. I don't know if it's still covered through PayPal or not. I mean, if it was on my Visa itself, I guess from my bank, they might cover it. I think they have that coverage on there. But this was drawn through my PayPal. So I'm not really sure how that would work. And it's really sad. I mean, I was hoping to use this product as like a review thing just to give me some content. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, so you learn your lesson. And I mean, I'm not frugal on buying a lot of stuff anyway. I'm pretty tight with my funds. I mean, I make them squeak like a spent penny. I polish that sucker up before I get rid of it. But now, I mean, if it's a homeless person, I'll feed them a steak dinner. If it's someone with kids that needs food or something like that, I'll empty my bank account out and I'll buy them all the food I can possibly have. I mean, if you got shoes, I'll buy you a pair of the best sneakers I can possibly buy. Me, I go to Walmart and buy the $5 pair. You know what I mean? And then I wonder why my feet hurt all the time. But that's just who I am. That's what I do. I figured, I can sacrifice for them, and if it means me sacrificing, I've already sacrificed my life. I understand it. I know what it's like. I know what it feels like. So I figured I'll pay their pain. Does that make sense? Probably not to a lot of people, it don't. But that's sort of how I feel about it as well. Because anyone that's ever out there, I lost the sound. Sorry about that, Bailey. Let me see if it's just down. How's that? Is that any better? I don't know. My sound was way down. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. I must have hit the button somehow. But anyway, well, we have been on here for 33 minutes. And hey, does my channel have the little dollar sign at the bottom down there? I don't know if it is actually on there. It's supposed to be now, but I'm not sure if it is. Because some channels you can like donate through the live feeds. I think mine's set up that way. But I know at one time someone had sent me a little donation on there. But I just figured I would try to see if I could get things together. I know a lot of times, my email doesn't go all the way up all the time. And I forget to put the .net on the end of it. I had a lot of people, confront me on that as well. But anyway, but yeah, we've been pretty busy, down here with that stuff too. Hey, Chris Reed from Tampa, Florida. How are you, sir? But yeah, I'm in South Sarasota County, which is a little town called Port Charlotte, just outside. It's Northport, but it's little right just north of Port Charlotte, south of Venice. That's where I'm from right now. But yeah, I had a couple people that follow me on here that yeah, it's not really that far away, is it? I mean, we really should try to meet up sometime if you're ever down this way. Right now, I can't because my van's sort of broke right now. I'm carless. I don't have any other transportation. So I'm sitting here at the house not doing a thing because I can't move. Every Friday for 16 years, yep. Well, if you're ever down this area, once I get my vans working, or at least past the 13th, I'm going up to Ohio to pick up another van here. Hopefully that'll help me at least have something available from time to time. But if it works out well, then yeah. But there's nothing better. I like better to just is to meet, meet other people like myself, or other van lifers, or just, I'm a people person. I love people. I love to talk, and I love to chat, and I love to just enjoy your friendships. So if you ever get down Arizona in October, hey, there you go. It's an interesting place to go out through there. If you find a nice piece of property, you're not too bad. But the thing is, I gotta warn you though, I bought property in Arizona and I basically just had to abandon it. I mean, it was try to get rid of it again. No. So don't just go to a realtor and buy whatever's retail off their lot. If you know what I mean. Look around, ask farmers, ask people that has property outward. You'll be surprised what you can buy out there, for hardly nothing. Land out there is dirt cheap, or it's extremely expensive if you go through like realtors and things like that, that's got the gig. They control their own micro environment, but if you look outside their micro environment, trust me, you can find some really, really, really good deals on property, especially like up in the hills in New Mexico, up in the mountains. Yep, 500. How many acreages do you have up there? I mean, that's here even in Florida. When I first moved to Northport, I bought 4 different lots, and the cheapest one was 350, and I think the most expensive was like 799. But it was like a corner lot. It had a corner view, and it was a lot bigger than the regular lots. But good morning, Pino. Thanks for speaking English for me. Yes, but thanks for coming by and enjoying it. So that's a 0.25 acres. So that's basically just a standard house lot, I think it is, isn't it? What town is it in? Is it in Phoenix? Okay. Yeah, are you planning on building a home out there, or is it somewhere where you can build like a micro house? Coochie County. Never heard of that one. But yeah, like I said, it's nice to have all the lot properties for sure. If you can get some acreage, of course, you can go out in the high desert out there and really buy some major property for hardly nothing. Actually, they'll give it to you pretty much, and you don't even have any building codes or anything, to even follow or anything. So. Seems like the pollen around here is ridiculous today. Saying there's been so much wind and rain lately. I don't know how in the world it is, but either that or I'm possibly getting mold in here. I need to tear this thing apart and do a inspection on it, I guess, and see what's going on inside. But nope, it's been closed up and not used for the last probably a week or so. So I'm out here just sort of airing it out right now. Just let it breathe a little bit. I mean, it's been sitting out here and plus started up, make sure it still even ran. Didn't want the battery to be dead or anything. But yep, it starts right up. And just as easy as pie. I need what they call a proportioning valve. We talked about that at the beginning of the video. It's a device that controls the pressures to the brake pads or the brake calipers and things. And apparently that's what's going on with it. But I mean, I've replaced the brake system on this truck quite a few times over its life because I believe in always having those kind of parts. I did those always on like a scheduled type replacement. Brakes, the pads itself would only be about halfway done before I would actually replace them. But I've always kept this van up in tip-top shape. I mean, everything in this van's been replaced at one time or another, and it's in impeccable shape. The body's getting old, and it needs to probably be painted and redone. I've been thinking about this bed liner stuff. What do y'all think about that idea? I think that would be a pretty cool paint job that I might even be able to put on by myself. And a rhino liner or whatever it was. But I mean, for cosmetic, it just really bothers me to think about spending a couple grand, just on having it painted. I mean, there's just other options out there. But I mean, it does need it. It's getting pretty shabby looking now. The roof's coming off. It's got that fiberglass eye roof on it, and it's sort of like, I don't know, like it fades off of it. It's not peeling or anything. It's just like bleaching it out for some reason. So still got to do that. But a few of the trim pieces inside the van are broken. It's got a lot of life on it. I've used it very well. I mean, this van's used very well. But you know what? Runs great, I tell you. Yeah, that's what happened on mine was the clear coat, and then all of a sudden, then it after that gone, it just gotten even worse after yet. Then it started actually affecting the paint itself. So that's why I was thinking about that rhino liner. If I roughed it all up and scuffed it and everything, it should hold on pretty well. And then give it sort of a unique look. But the running board skirts around the whole van, I want to take those off so I can get under the van. I mean, that's the one thing that drives me crazy right now is, I mean, it's so low on the ground. You can't hardly reach your hand under there and do anything without having to jack the stupid thing up. So I'm going to take those off, and that way it'd be just like a regular van then, and I can at least change maybe the fuel filter or something like that, But it gets pretty crazy, when you have vans. Plus, they give me a lot more clearance. The Plasti Dip. I thought about the Plasti Dip. It's a little bit more expensive for sure, though. I mean, it's... I tried a little bit of that with spray can, out of the spray can one time, just to test it and see what I thought about the kind of paint. And it was okay. It did seem like it was sort of tender, to where maybe I just didn't let it cure long enough or whatever, but it would gouge and, it would start, you can nick it, things like that. And I was pretty, concerned about that. I figured if I got hit with a rock or something and nicked it, then that wind got under it and just peeled the whole side of the van off all at one time. So I was sort of worried about that one, because apparently it peels off really, really easy, or you can get it off anyway, without it, messing up, the paint and everything. But Yeah, that I had that bed liner stuff in one of my pickups, and I beat that thing half to death. Man, it didn't even dent that stuff. I mean, that stuff was pretty brutal. So I figured if it would take that kind of a beating, I wonder what it would do on the outside of a van. It would have to do extremely well. But just some thoughts, guys. Just some total thoughts, just to see if it's even working or not. But anyway, well, hey, I guess I should go on and get off. I'm actually surprised that I've gotten this long on here. It's pretty impressed. But yeah, come to find out, of course, I'm using my house Wi-Fi right now, and I'm pulled right up next to the door. I'm talking about 10 feet from my door, and I got to keep my front door open while I do it for me to get a strong enough signal to be able to do the live stream. But it's actually it's actually funny. But if the door shuts or if it's, all the windows are closed up, it's that's what I'm doing on this side of the van, because it's got the window there. So I got the end of where the antenna's on my phone stuck out the window, sort of. But anyway, but hey, look at there. I got 9 people in here right now. Hey, welcome aboard. If you have any questions or anything, give me the questions. I'll be glad to answer anything I can for you, unless it's personal. And who knows? I'll probably even answer that too, but then I won't. But I leave that one up to me to decide. But yeah, it's so where are you guys all from? Nah, we didn't get any of it. I think I had one little bitty downpour of rain yesterday for about 5 minutes, and it just happened to be right at the time that I was, getting my hamburgers off the grill. So I got soaking wet, just dumped over on me. Michigan, wow. Well, thanks for stopping by, Linda. Glad you came by to hang out with us for a while. Is there any questions that you have? Feel free to let me know. Oh yeah, every single thing. These people are ridiculous when it comes to a storm. I've never seen it beat. I mean, just because a storm comes in, mean you're gonna now go out and buy 100 loaves of bread, and you don't eat one loaf of bread in a month, and you're gonna need 20 loaves of bread. Same as water. Probably nobody around here even drinks water these days. Everyone is always soda or whatever. Guy walks out. What was it? The first day that I had noticed the storm, and I went out, they were all hitting the stores pretty hard. He had 7 or 8 big giant cases of water and 4 1 pound those 1 pound bottles or boxes of iodized salt. That didn't make no sense at all. You can't sterilize water with salt. You can't eat. What are you gonna do with salt? In case your freezer goes down, you're gonna try curing your meat with salt. I don't know what his idea was, but that one blew my mind. Salt. I think that would be the only thing left on the shelf, in my opinion. But anyway, hey, people will buy anything. They'll go in. They don't even have nowhere to even put plywood up on their house. They're in there buying plywood. Or they buy 50 sheets of plywood for one window. Go figure, man. I mean, it's almost hilarious. And some of these people have been around town a long time. I mean, I've been through 4 different hurricane storms. I know what it's like to get wiped out, with the storms. I've been there. I've done it. But really, I mean, come on. Or they'll hop in their car and they'll drive 500 miles all the way to Tennessee before they quit running. Get on the other side of the mountains up there, running and sleeping on the side of the roads and in their cars and These people aren't van people or car travelers. They have no clue what it's like. Do you know what how uncomfortable they are because they didn't have no clue what to even bring with them? Just and then all the money they spend. Oh, I know. Yeah, and then what they'll do is they'll buy the generators, they'll run it, leave the gas in it and everything, and then next year when it don't run because they left the gas and stuff in there, and they'll run out and get another one and they'll sell that one. Uh, I mean, you take care of your generators, they'll last you your whole life. I mean, I don't see. I mean, and I run the pee out of my generator, and I'm sure there's people out there that other people that run the generators really really hard. And these generators will literally last a lifetime. They'll do a really good job for you. A lot of great comfort. I mean, it's not cheap to run generators. Mine's probably one of the cheapest ones I've found that actually run. But I figure if you're looking at it per gallon of gas for the comfort for 30 days, you compare it over to what your cost on fuel is. You're probably looking. Oh, it's 80, $90 a month to have continuous full electricity in your car. Running one of the little briefcase, style generators, and that gives you plenty of electricity to do whatever you want to do in there. I mean, it's not like you're running a big heating system or a big cooking electric cooking stove or something like that. But if you learn how to manage your electricity properly, yeah, you can be surprised what you can do with a small generator. I mean, I don't know. I've never tried one of the little 1,000 ones. I bought one time, and it smoked like a freight train, and wouldn't even run a drill. I mean, I'm like, okay, well, this one ain't working. So I took it back to Harbor Freight, and I ended up getting a. That's when I found my little Ryobi. But I swear by my little Ryobi now. I mean, I tell you what, it's a good little generator. Yeah, the Generac is about the same equivalent as my Ryobi, so I think you'll have very good luck with that. And another thing that I would consider is build your house so cheap to where you can actually go solar. If you can get 400 watts of solar power and run it just like you do in your house, a couple of fans, a couple, LED lights and things, and you buy everything extremely efficiently, you'd be surprised what you can actually use off of that. My friend Bailey on here, she's been learning a lot about her solar system lately and what she can and can't run, and I mean, she's actually becoming a pro at it now, so I'm actually proud of her. She's done real well. She's been out, just buying herself up, but she was just one that decided to reach out to me, and we chatted every day pretty much since, or at least a couple times a week. But but it's really not that hard, Chris. It's really not difficult at all. To operate it is pretty much just like what you get there. The only thing you have to worry about with solar is how many watts that you're actually drawing, and then learn how to figure out how many watt system that you have and or your inverter can handle. And if you've got a big inverter, then you don't really have to worry too much about that. But say you got a 500 or a 750 watt inverter, a lot of your small appliances won't work because they might use 1200 watts or whatever. So you have to look at the wattage actually on the appliance itself before you buy it and find out in what you can and can't use on your system. But you'd be surprised what all the stuff you can find in 12 volts as well. So even 12-volt appliances are readily available. Good place to find a good lot of those if you need something in a real pinch or a real bind. Truck stop. Believe me, they're always catering to these truckers, and the truckers are just like van guys. They That's what they use. So little 12-volt refrigerators, things like that. They've got so much that they use and they offer them. Batteries, big inverters. They got really nice inverters in there, sine wave and regular inverters. CB radios, all kinds of stuff in there. So go check those places out. Don't consider just throwing them away, unless you're getting affiliate links or something from Amazon and you really have a strong desire. But people like us van guys, I can see where it can get pretty difficult and pretty hard to get packages sent to you at times. So you need to find out where you can actually go and reach and touch and put your finger on things at times as well. So yeah, Amazon's made a big deal on there. I definitely can run a refrigerator on solar, very much so, especially little Domestics and things like that, the little ones that we use in the van. That would 100 watt, one 100 watt solar panel would usually keep that going all the time. I mean, that's what they're designed for. Then, and it's a compressor fridge, so it will actually pull down into the negative in the freezing department. So I mean, it'll freeze ice cream and stuff really well. So yeah, don't knock those. I mean, don't consider that they're just junk, because they're not. Now they've got the ones that runs off the heatsink plates. That one's not as good. It drops about 30 degrees difference. In Florida, when you're 100 degrees outside, it don't do too well when it's only going to 70. You know what I mean? So, it'll make your beer and your soda a little bit cooler. To at least tolerate it, but it's not gonna make it cold. That's why I use a little ice machine in mine too, because I can pop my little ice machine in. I got one of those countertop ice machines. I take that, pour a 16-ounce bottle of water into it, and it'll run for 30 minutes. I've got enough ice to last me all the way through dinner and have any kind of drinks I want. Yeah, you're on the right track there, Chris, for sure. So keep yourself with a good quality refrigerator. You'll spend a little bit of money on them, but anything in this kind of industry, things that are catering to people like us, it really needs to. Hey, thanks, Linda. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Yeah, just consider, looking at the price. I believe in getting the best price you can, but sometimes you need what you need. So, don't be afraid to get it. Hey, you're welcome, Chris. Well, anyway, we're going on right about an hour, and I got other things I need to get done out here. But hey, guys, appreciate it so much for stopping by, hanging out with me, and I orbit. Thanks for coming by. But I'm going to have to get off of here and try to say goodbye, my friends, and see if I can do some more research on this van and get things hopefully fixed. But hey, I'll let you know when I'm heading up to Columbus to pick the other van up, and maybe I'll do a build out or something on it. And even if I decide to keep this one and get rid of that one, or keep that one and get rid of this one, whatever, I'll keep y'all informed and let you know what I want to do. But I wouldn't dare give something away that I'm not fully 100% confident in. I mean, because I don't want someone to, inherit a bunch of problems. I want them to be happy with what they've gotten and received. That's the way I do with the homeless people cars that I get all the time. And I'll go in, I'll put those cars together and really make them fairly nice, reliable transportation for at least, a year, 6 months to a year for them, to where I know that they can get get another car, or, at least, make their life stable. And a lot of that right there is the biggest help for them. Well, anyway, God bless all of you, and thanks for swinging by, and thanks for loving my channel the way you do, guys. I appreciate it, and God bless each one of you, too. Thank you for swinging by.